Hello there, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Annie Talks. I'm your host, Annie Rivera. If you're new to this podcast, thanks for tuning in. Thank you to those who have already subscribed, and welcome back. The holiday season is upon us, and typically around this time of year, Feld Entertainment presents Disney on Ice skates into town with a winter wonderland of fantasy, magic, and unforgettable memories. This year, all of Southern California awaits the Disney on Ice presents Follow Your Heart, coming to a location near you from December 14th through January 7th, 2018. Now, the first location is at the Staples Center in Los Angeles from December 14th through December 17th. Next is the Honda Center in Anaheim from December 20th through the 24th. Followed by the Long Beach Arena in Long Beach from December 27th through January 1st, 2018. And then finally, Citizens Business Bank Arena in Ontario from January 3rd through the 7th in 2018. For tickets, show dates, and times at a location near you, be sure to visit Ticketmaster.com or call 1-800-745-3000. Now, to help talk about this show, I had a chat with Justine Lopez, a lively and vibrant ensemble performer. Born and raised in Sacramento, California, Justine began skating at the age of 7.5 and overcame the biggest obstacle of her career and life when she underwent scoliosis surgery at the age of 10. She had to relearn to walk and skate again, despite doctors telling her she would never be able to do so ever again. She would go on to win several medals in competitions and later began coaching figure skating, and she also coached and competed in ballroom dancing. Justine credits her mom and Canadian figure skater Kurt Browning as her role models. Here now is my conversation with Justine Lopez.
So, Justine, thank you so much for calling in. I truly appreciate it.
Of course, anytime.
Tell us a little bit about yourself. Where did you grow up, and then how did you become a skater, or how long have you been skating as well?
Well, I've been skating for just about 20 years of my life. I started skating over in Northern California, Sacramento, and just like any other girl, I had watched the Olympics, and I just kind of fell in love with the sport, and since then, I just haven't been able to shake it off. So I'm really lucky and really thankful that I get to do it for a living.
So tell us how you became a Disney on Ice skater.
Yeah, of course. Well, basically, a friend of mine, she was part of the ice show as well, and she was kind of like, hey, you know what, we feel that we kind of need someone, and I think you'd be really great for the part, and you should audition. And at the time, I was coaching at the local rink, and I was going to college, and I was like, why not? Sure, go ahead. What do I have to lose? And I went in and turned in a tape to our casting director, and I found out that later in the year that Disney on Ice was going to be coming into town, and so I had emailed the director and said, hey, like, is it possible that I can get an audition, an in-person audition with you? And on Valentine's Day, as I remember it, I got a chance, and right after the ice show, my mother and we just kind of came around, and I auditioned for it, and here I am. I thought that my life was in a whirlwind because I didn't think it was actually going to happen right away. I was very much like, I'm coaching and I'm competing for one more year, and it kind of just, I think it was just the right timing in my life, and it was a door that opened, and 10 years from then, I'm still here, and I get to play my hometown later in the year, and it's really exciting.
And then when you got the call that you have the role, how excited were you?
I was a little in disbelief because I didn't realize it was all happening so quickly. I had a phone call saying, hey, like, we're going to need you, and at this point in time later in the year, and the first thing I thought of was like, oh my gosh, I have to live out of a suitcase. This is going to be an adjustment. I'm a girl that loves her closet, and so I learned how to become a bit of a minimalist. I try anyways. But I think the most exciting thing, other than the fact that I get to perform, is that I get to share what I love doing and what I loved doing for so long with audience members, and hope that they fall in love with Disney and ice skating just as much as I have.
What does the theme Follow Your Heart entail?
Well, what's great about our show is that we have so many elements. We focus on princess empowerment, so we get your favorite princesses such as Rapunzel, Tiana, Merida, and your classic princesses of Jasmine and Belle and Cinderella. And what's really great about the princesses is that we also have like a silk and web act. So Ariel comes down on the web and Rapunzel flies on her hair with a silk. We also, we're one of the first shows to have Inside Out. So you get to see Riley and her emotions play out during the show. And of course, Mickey, Minnie, Donald, and Goofy, they come out. We're also a show that has, Finding Dory. And so you get to see Dory, Marlin, Nemo, and even Hank and Mr. Ray and all the school kids, as well as Toy Story, Woody, Jessie, and Buzz. And of course, you have your two favorite winter princesses, Anna and Elsa. So our show is jammed-packed with excitement.
So what role do you have? What character do you play?
Well, what's really great is that I'm a female ensemble, so I get a chance to do just about anything in the ice show. I'm a cheerleader when Riley comes out in the emotions. I also get to cheer her on when she wins the winning shot at the end of Act 1. And sometimes I get to be a cowgirl, and sometimes I get to be a citizen in Arendelle. It's just so exciting every day. My work is never boring.
So what's exciting and new about this production? I've been to several Disney on Ice productions. I just want to know what's exciting and new about this particular production.
Well, like I said, we have a silk and web act, which is really nice. So kind of like those things that you see in Cirque du Soleil where you see acrobatics kind of twirl on a piece of fabric or a rope. That's what we get in our ice show.
Okay.
So you get to see Rapunzel and Flynn fly above the audience, essentially, on her hair, just the silk, and then you have Ariel showing off her legs on a web rope, and of course Prince Eric is there helping her out.
So do you get to do any of that aerial stunting as well?
You know what? I get to observe from afar and be just as amazed as all the audience members get to.
Very cool. And then what adventures do you specifically take us on? Take us to one of the adventures.
Well, like I said, I get to be a part of Riley and her emotions. I'm a cheerleader, which is great. And then you get to see also like Snow White and her 7 dwarfs, so we get to be a part of that. And Belle and the Bees and Gaston, which is also a very dynamic storyline that we have in the ice show. And at the very end, you get to see Elsa and Anna and Olaf. And they take you through Arendelle.
For this show, what is your favorite part about performing?
I think what I love about, like, our opening number is very dynamic. It's like you get taken to a concert. Like, we just hype up the audience, and they are just as excited with us. Starting off our hockey game and introducing Riley. And what's great is that we have a Toy Story number in our ice show. And in the very beginning, you see Woody, Jessie, and Buzz get introduced. And in the number, we like to get the audience up and to join along in our little dance that we do. So they get to be a part of it.
So how exciting is it when you hear the roars from all the children and all the laughter and all of the, the giggling and the screaming? How much of a rush is that for you?
It's really great because, one, it means that the audience is enjoying our show just as much as we enjoy performing it. And it's really touching. Sometimes I'll be backstage and it'll be Let It Go, for example. And I'll just hear the audience singing. There have been countless amount of cities that I've been to where I could possibly be in my dressing room and I could hear the audience singing along to Let It Go.
Yeah.
Like they're so into it. And it's not even that, it's also like Love is an Open Door, or like I talked about our silk act with Rapunzel. Just hearing the oohs and the ahs for the fact that she flies above the audience, it's amazing. And it gives us a rush just as much as the audience gets a rush out of it.
So do you mind me asking, what nationality are you?
I'm Filipino-American.
Yay!
Sometimes my accent comes out every once in a while, even though I'm first-generation American. But when I talk to my parents, sometimes a little bit of an accent will come out.
How important is it for you, now that we've touched a little bit on that, how important is it for you to have minority representation in a show such as this, like Disney on Ice?
It is important. But I think, speaking amongst the Filipino culture, it's just amazing how far and how accomplished I feel being in my own culture to be able to share and to be able to travel. And I've had the opportunity to go back to the Philippines and do the shows there, and they get just as excited, and I think even more excited knowing that there's a Filipino that's on the ice show. And there's actually 2 of us on the show.
Oh, cool. Mm-hmm. Very cool. Who's the other one?
His name is Mark Bernardo. He's a male ensemble skater. I think he's also first-generation American as well. We've also been on the same show together when we go to the Philippines, and just hearing how excited they are when knowing that little factor, it's amazing. It makes me feel good about myself that I could do something for my culture.
For sure, because, we're in the audience going, yay, Pinoy, we're just...
Exactly.
Yeah. So my last question is, what one takeaway can you tell listeners about the show and why they should come see it?
What's really great about the show is that we have a combination of new and classic in the ice show, and we also have something that's going to touch upon everybody from all ages, boys and girls. Like the girls are obviously going to love the princesses, but the boys are definitely going to love our Finding Dory section, because we have Hank, which is huge, and he's a funny character in Finding Dory, and you get Buzz and Woody and Jessie. So that Toy Story aspect is definitely going to apply to our boy audiences. And just the fact that I think our opening numbers, it seems very new age and modern, and it's unlike anything that you get from another Disney on Ice show. And I really encourage everybody to come and see it, because it's, again, like I said, it's the first show that has Inside Out and the emotions, and it's great that we get to have Finding Dory and bring it to you guys.
Do you have a favorite emotion?
I really love, Joy, obviously you want to be happy about everything, but I love Disgust. There's something about her. There's a little something sassy about her. She's real. She's green, which is my favorite color. She has a little dress that's kind of like 1950s, but she's sassy with it. It's really great. Love her.
Yeah, I think I can kind of resonate with her as well.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you so much, Justine, for being on our show. I really, truly appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. Hi, this is Justine Lopez with Feld Entertainment presents Disney on Ice presents Follow Your Heart, and you're listening to Annie Talk.